So look, it's been 2 years since I've released anything on this channel. I'm not gonna talk all about it right now. It's just gonna take too long. Let's just get into the video, and if y'all want, I'll make a whole video on where I've been for this whole time. But baby, I'm back big time. So here's what we're doing today. We're gonna be comparing these brand new 2023 HomePods in stereo mode to these old school V1 HomePods. You can see, maybe it doesn't show off in the camera, they're a little bit dustier. They're a little bit mustier. They got some stains all around. I still love the white, but they definitely have gotten stained. You have to be careful handling them, and if you have kids, these things they're done for. Now here's the thing I'm a little nervous about. These original HomePods have some of the most beautiful sound that I've heard. And these new HomePods that they've released, they cut costs, and I think that might be one of the reasons why Apple pulled these off of the market, is to figure out a way to reduce how much it costs them to manufacture these. And in that effort, you probably know they pulled 2 of the tweeters out of the new HomePods, along with 2 of the microphones. They also put in a really old version of Wi-Fi, which I don't think is gonna make a difference, but it is kind of funny that they're putting in like Wi-Fi 4 or Wi-Fi 5 in these. I don't care about all that. The only thing that really matters to me is that the HomePods are back. And I'm so happy about that. I'm willing to forgive a lot. But do they sound as beautiful, as balanced as the original HomePod? That's the key. And even if they're like 90, 95% of the way there, I'm gonna be pretty happy about that. But maybe, and I've heard some people say that even with the fewer tweeters, they actually sound better. I don't know if I believe that, but that's what we're gonna test today. I'm gonna go ahead and get these unboxed into a stereo pair, and we're gonna let the sound off begin. Are you ready to give them the love? Here we go, my beautiful stereo pair has completed setup. Check out how beautiful and colorful that is. It's way more vibrant than it is on the original HomePod. I've got my $1,000 MKH 416 hovering right above where we are. I'm gonna go ahead and boot up a track, and we're gonna just listen to these and react in real time. And the thing that I'm listening for is there an envelope of power? Am I being enveloped in the sound like I was with the original HomePod stereo pair? But even more than that, is that beautiful, articulate, supportive sound signature there. Is it gonna sound like 2 angels singing to me in beautiful, angelic, heavenly harmony like it does on the original HomePods? Or is there gonna be something lacking? That is really what I'm most curious about. There's only one way to find out. Okay, all right, so first listen, first impressions. It thumps, I think, bigger than the original HomePod does. I was actually kind of surprised. I was surprised by the amount of bass that came out of the original HomePod, because they thump way bigger than they look like they're going to. Their size completely outperforms the size of the actual speaker. And I would say these thump even bigger and broader than that. As far as sound quality goes, I wasn't really sure if I was getting the same level of performance. Like, it's so close. It's so close that it's hard to make a definitive call just on the first listen. But I would say maybe like within 2 to 3% of like the actual performance. But then I realized, I looked at my phone just to see what volume level I was at, and we were only at like 25% of the volume that these speakers can go to. So I cranked it up to 50, and that's when I was swallowed deep into the envelope of power. What I wanna do now is listen to the same song with the original HomePod so I can get a better idea of if they sound the same, better, or worse. So let's go ahead and do that. Here we go, my original big, beautiful pair. These are the original HomePods. This was the pair that enveloped me in the envelope of power and put me in the audio envelope that I couldn't believe was happening. The sound performance out of these was something that I never imagined could come out of two small speakers. These are what I use in front of my TV to this very day as my sound system for Dolby Atmos and for music. Let's go ahead and pipe in Dr. Disrespect one more time and see if these sound any different, better, worse than the new HomePods. I'll give some thoughts immediately after. Let's dive in. So this is very close. It's very close. Now, if I had to make a decision right at this moment, I would actually say that though the V2 HomePods do seem like they get louder and do seem to have more bass, I could be wrong about this, but my initial impression is these actually do sound just slightly better. They have a little bit more sparkle, and they seem like they have more control of the low end, which is probably not true. I'm just more used to how these sound because I've listened to these for thousands of hours. And so maybe I'm just more used to the way these are tuned. It's too early to tell, but we need to listen to some more music. Let's pipe in another Dr. Disrespect classic, and let's see if the new HomePods pull ahead on this one.
Teams down there, right? I also know there's like 5 or 6 guys in this lobby, desperate for just a hint of love.
Did you guys catch that sparkle?
Song earlier. Did you make that up? I don't think I've ever heard it.
Yeah, I just made it up.
I forgot how good these two HomePods sound. It's been a while since I've done these tests. Let's get the V2 HomePods, the 2023, back on the table. And let's pipe the same song through again. Now this song is, I think, even better than the original song that we played. Shout out to Gillette. Shout out to Give 'Em the Love, Dr. Disrespect. Links to both the songs will be in the description. People always ask me what songs I'm playing, but they're always in the description, so go to the description. And there's a really delicate sparkle, like a chime tree, that Dr. D is rubbing just with his mustache, just like that. That happens 2 or 3 times in the song, and that's the kind of sparkle that gets lost if you don't have the right speaker. So let's get V2 HomePods back on the table, and let's reboot this song. I've got the sparkle. This is a tough call. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be watching this video waiting to hear what I have to say, and you're gonna be making a purchase decision based off what I say. So I wanna be very careful in what I say as to not mislead you. But I am giving you my first impressions. There's gonna be more tests to come, so subscribe if you wanna see more, because I think that we need to do more tests. But at this moment, my conclusion stands. I actually think the V1 HomePods sound better. And if I had to put a number to it, I'd say maybe like 5 to 10% better. It's noticeable to me. There's more of a ethereal magic to the original HomePod, at least in the stereo pair. And they're able to do things that I feel like the newer HomePods just don't do as well. And don't get me wrong, these sound terrific. I would be happy with these, and I purchased these with my own money, obviously. TC didn't send these to me. And I'm gonna keep them, and I'm gonna be happy with them. This is, we're all about nuance at this moment, right? Like, both of these are gonna be great. You'll probably be happy with both of these. Now we're arguing over nuance, and I feel like the tuning and the musical representation on the original HomePods is actually slightly more magical. And I can't articulate it any more than that. Like, just the quality of it sounds like it's better. And I mean, it does make sense because the original HomePods have 2 more tweeters than these new HomePods do. They pulled out 2 tweeters from the new HomePod and 2 mics, which, you know, will be basically for tuning the speaker to your room and then also for Siri performance. So if you had a pair of HomePods, I wouldn't upgrade from those to these. For sure, I wouldn't do that. Well, actually, I take that back. If you need Matter support, if you care about the temperature sensor or the humidity sensor, or you care about thread support, now those are 2 things that we'll probably talk about in future videos that actually are important and are included in these speakers. Like, these speakers are more future facing, but when it comes to just beautiful, hands down music performance, from what I've heard so far, this may not be true in 3 months once I've broken these new HomePods in and they start to warm up a little bit. But at this moment, I actually think that my original HomePods in a stereo pair sound better. I'm surprised to hear myself saying that because I didn't think it was gonna matter. And from all the reviews that I've seen, for the most part, people have been like on the line, or they've said that these sound slightly better. Some people are out there saying that these suck. Dude, if you're out there saying that, you either, you know, you either don't, I'm trying not to be mean. You're either trying to get those delicious clicks, which I get because I'll say anything for a click, or you really don't have the music listening experience to make a good call. And I just don't think that's an accurate take. Like, these definitely don't suck, but they are not as good as the original HomePods. Even though I think that the illumination in the displays on these is like far superior, probably like 200-300% better. There are little touches on the original HomePod that just give it a more premium feel. Like, if you touch the top, you can see that the plus and minus sign for volumes will appear. So they don't show up. Shut up, Siri. They don't show up until you actually touch the speaker. You can kind of see them there. What the hell is going on? That's where I'm at. And the one thing I did notice that I just noticed now, and this is something I think no one else has mentioned, is if you wanted to, you could create 2 stereo pairs with these and actually listen to music on both at the same time, which is something I just noticed. And that makes sense because you can do multi-room audio with HomePod. I didn't realize that you could do multi-room audio with stereo pairs though. I don't know if that's a new thing. And so I'm kind of wondering, could you put 2 of these in front of your TV and then 2 in the back and actually have a double stereo pair setup for your listening experience? Now, it wouldn't be like true surround sound because only the front 2 would do the virtualized Dolby Atmos, but you still might be able to get like just double the audio performance. That's the other thing I think I noticed about these speakers too, is that the new HomePods, they do get louder, and I think noticeably louder. But again, This is all just my first impressions. I have never listened to these before. These are fresh out of the box, as you saw. And so I'm just kind of giving you a live stream of consciousness as I'm doing this. My opinions may change in the future, but at this moment, I would say these new HomePods, solid B+, but they are not my two beautiful angels that I have here that I will never give up. Well, until they die. And at that point, I'll be happy to replace them with these, but until that happens, I do think that these sound better. Let me know what you think. Let me know with your comments down in the comment area below what you think about all this. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that up. My name is Erfon Elijah, Gadget Hunter, I'm back, baby. If you want more content just like this channel is about to be revived with all sorts of HomePod content, tech news, gadget reviews, all sorts of stuff I have coming down the pipe. It's been 2 years I've been gone, but Papa's back. So make sure that you hit that like button, make sure you tweak that subscribe button, and I'll be back before you know it. Erfon Elijah signing out. I'll see you guys next time.